Welcome back to the 30-day video challenge. Today we're going to be talking about snake charming. So back in 2020, right before the start of the pandemic, well, the pandemic had started, but the lockdown hadn't started yet, we went to India. It was a trip I'd been looking forward to for my entire life, and so I was really enchanted with the place. In particular, when we were driving through Jaipur, the tour bus had pulled over and somebody said there were snake charmers out on the road. So I had to jump off the bus. Now, I am very much a little boy, and I love things like this, these things that I consider the magical things of the old world, like circuses and haunted houses and, well, snake charmers. And so I immediately ran out, and there was a guy playing a flute, and there was literally a cobra in a basket that he was charming. And I was simply amazed. Like, I watched him and took 100 pictures, and finally he said, he had me sit down with him, and he put his hat on my head, and I'm sure that was a mistake. And he had me hold the snake, and Karalee took pictures of me holding the snake, and it really was a magical thing. And I don't know what compelled me, but I asked him, what do you charge for this experience? And he said 3,000 rupees. I think it was 3,000. And it's about $20 American. And so that's what I gave him, because I thought that was the price for the experience. Later on, we got back on the bus, and other people had similar, times with other snake charmers. And I asked them how much they were charged, and they said like $1. And I found out that these guys make like, $6 a month or something ridiculously low like that. And so I kind of felt like I had been taken, and I sort of felt bad about it. But in retrospect, that was a once in a lifetime opportunity, a once in many lifetimes opportunity. Like, it is not something that anybody I know has ever done, like sat with a snake charmer in India and held his cobra. And it was, for me, it was the event of a lifetime. It was the kind of thing that I just so much enjoy that it was simply amazing. And so in retrospect, I felt like, you know what? It was worth way more than $20 for that experience. Just the trip to India itself was worth it for that experience. And so I'm very happy to have gotten that chance. Because the thing is like, snake charmers are on their way out. The snake charming itself is illegal in India. The Wildlife Protection Act that was from the 1970s made it illegal for snake charmers to go out and capture wild cobras and use them in their acts, which since then the snake charmer caste, or the class of people that are snake charmers, have been filing for protective status from the government, because the government basically took away their livelihood, and they should be getting some sort of subsidy like other classes do, but they're not. And so they continue to fight that. But it does mean that they continue to practice their trade illegally. And that's unfortunate. I mean, it's bad for the snake charmers, but it is particularly bad for the snakes. It is horrifying for the snakes. And snake charming, for all the magical and wonderful things that it is a good thing that it's going away. It's simply because of the way the poor snakes are treated. They capture them out of the wild, and sometimes they'll break their teeth off, break off their fangs, or they're often starved, and sometimes they'll sew their mouths closed. And so these poor snakes, they're treated more like a tool than they are like a live animal. And as a result, eventually the snake dies, and they've got to go out and collect a new one. It's just simply replaced. It's thrown away, discarded, and replaced. And this is so unfortunate. It's so bad for such a beautiful creature to be treated in this way, which is why it's good that snake charming is going away. But I do consider myself very lucky for having had that opportunity. And if I was given that opportunity again, would I do it again? Well, heck yeah, I would. it's like I said, it's something that I consider very magical. It's akin to seeing a Bigfoot walking down the road or some other fun thing like that. And so I'm glad I got the opportunity to see Snake Charmer. I'm glad I got the opportunity to go to India, and I hope to someday return, because we got shut out of the trip early because of the lockdown. So, but in the meantime, thank you for listening to me ramble about snakes and snake charming, and hopefully you're enjoying these videos, and just give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. Thanks so much.